The scary part about running a ministry for God. Hey, what's up? It's Patrick. It's Rose via Fire. And I pray this message reaches who it needs to reach. So let's talk about the scary part about running a ministry for God. You know what I'm saying? And when you're running a ministry for God, you know what I'm saying? Let me look at my notes real quick. When you're running a ministry for God, right? It's like God will allow you to go through so many different things, so many different situations. It's as though you are walking in so many different people's shoes uh, for a season. It's like God would allow you to know how it feels to go through so many different sectors of life. Why? So you could minister about it, so you could teach about it. See, God don't just want you to minister to people stuff you ain't been through. Now, that is where it get real scary. Because God will allow you to go through things and feel things, crazy things, traumatizing things, just so you could minister to other people and reach other people who going through the same things. How you gonna tell other people about things that you ain't went through? So it's like God will be allowing you to go through so many different things, bro. You know how much suffering and pain that is, bro? That is a lot of suffering and pain. It's like God will allow you to go through so many different experiences just so you could add that testimony to your ministry. That is scary, bro. You understand how, bro, do people understand how scary that is? That is scary. There's nothing fun about that, bro. That is scary, bro. And you don't know what God is going to allow you to go through so you could have a testimony about it. You don't know, man. Bro, I'm going to be real with you, bro. I've been through so much. It's like God done put me through the whole loadout. God done put me through the whole trauma loadout. The whole Green Lantern spectrum of trauma loadout. He put me through all that. God put me through the entire spectrum of trauma and pain and suffering, just so I could be able to minister and tell other people about it and tell them, hey, I really been through it. I really have experienced these things. Know what I'm saying? People may be like, oh, what have you been through for real? You want me to tell you what I've been through, man? That's a whole loadout. That's too much to talk about. Too many things, but let me start. I experienced narcissistic abuse. I experienced toxic family. I experienced homelessness. I experienced being betrayed. I experienced how it feels to go through the whole process of eviction and all that stuff. I experienced the whole process of getting your lights cut off. I experienced the whole process of you ain't got no water. Like, so you gotta like get water just to shower, like gallons of water just to shower, no water in the house. I experienced not having enough food, bro. When I was young, I used to steal just to eat. I experienced so many things. So I could minister and talk to different people who've been through these things, who've been through different pains. Know what I'm saying? Now, of course, when you're in ministry for God, God's promise is, I'm going to bring you through all these things. I'm not going to let these things destroy you. I'm going to bring you through all these things. But I'm going to allow you to feel them for the season that you feel them for. You know what I'm saying? That's traumatizing. That's scary. Man, I done been through so many seasons in life, man. Man, I done been through seasons where, man, I was in so much pain, bro. I looked up to God. I remember one time I was laying down on my bed. I'm looking up to God and I'm like, Lord, take my life as I sleep. So when I wake up, I'm not here. That's what I told God. And when I woke up the next morning, I was here. I was here, bro. But look though, what happened was God gave me peace. Instead of God taking my life, God gave me peace. I'm like, Lord, thank you for the peace, but that's not what I asked for, really. Like, I asked to be taken out of this world. You gave me peace. I appreciate it, Lord, but that's not what I'm sick of this world, bro. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of the pain and the suffering, bro. I went through moments like that, and I know somebody could relate, bro. Like, some people are just tired, bro. Like, you don't know what people going through, bro. The reason why I'm able to reach people and really like express these things, because I've been through these things. That's why my ministry is so strong. Because God done put me through so many different things, bro. God done put me through so many different things. I done experienced it, bro. I done experienced all these things, man. Know what I'm saying? I done experienced fake friends. I done experienced betrayal. I done experienced dealing with, I just done experience dealing with crooked cops. I done experienced betrayal. I done experienced being lied on, bro. I done experienced hospitalization. Bro, I couldn't even, my eyes was drifting in the back of my head for like 6 months. Couldn't even walk, bro. Hospitalization. Lied on, bro. All types of stuff. Betrayal. Like, I done experienced being in the ER. I done experienced high blood pressure. Be like, oh, you're too young to, I done experienced it, bro. I was around toxic people. My heart rate was up. When you're around toxic people, your heart rate, your blood pressure is cooked. So much stuff. When you're around so much chaos and so much abuse, your blood pressure is up. But when God brought me through all that stuff, my blood pressure had never been that high ever again. Ever. Ever since God delivered me from that stuff, my blood pressure never been that high ever. Ever. So I'm like, okay, I see what was going on. I was around toxic family, toxic people. But the thing is, bro, when you're doing ministry for God, you're going to feel as though God hates you or something. Why God throwing me through all these different things? You're collecting the infinity stones. You're collecting the pain infinity stones. That's what you're doing. God is allowing you to go through all these things and really, really feel it because He's allowing you to collect them pain stones, bro. You got to collect the infinity stones that you're going to use as testimonies to minister to other people and to reach other people. You can't tell people about stuff you ain't been through. Man, I know what it feels like to get your lights cut off. The first thing that's running through your mind, bro. Shoot, the food in the fridge about to die is gone. I got to figure out a way to pay this light bill immediately. Know what I'm saying? My phone gonna die. Literally the whole house, if it's in the summer, bro, you're cooked. The whole house gonna turn into an oven. Know what I'm saying? Just going through those emotions, you gotta collect them infinity stones, bro. So you could really preach this stuff. God ain't gonna allow you to preach some stuff you ain't been through. And look though, that's why people run from ministry. They run from ministry, bro, because they don't want to go through the infinity stones of pain. They don't want to go through the infinity stones of pain. God promised He's going to get us through all these things. He ain't going to allow this stuff to destroy us. Sometimes God will allow you to go through the process, but He ain't going to allow you to fall. Does that make sense? God will allow you to experience how it feels like to feel an eviction for real. To whereas it feel like you're about to get kicked out. Then He will deliver you from it. Know what I'm saying? Like, but you fail every single thing. So you could minister to people. Be like, hey, bro, in case another person, another follower of God, like going through the same thing, you could really like minister to these people. You can't minister some stuff you ain't been through or lived or nothing. You can't minister some stuff you ain't lived. That's the scary part about ministry, because you cannot minister some stuff you haven't lived. You have to live through these things. You have to live through the betrayals. That's how your ministry becomes more effective and more anointed, because you collecting the pain stones. Every person who has a true ministry for God, they would tell you they collected the Pain Infinity Stones. Their fingers is full of the Pain Infinity. They have the Thanos gauntlet, bro. They already have the Pain Infinity Stones. That's why they're able to preach it so well. That's how they're able to tell you about it so well. They able to walk, like they talk to you as though they walked it, as though they seen it, bro. Like, because they seen it. They got the Pain Infinity Stones. You can't step into no ministry expecting to not gain that Pain Infinity Stones. That is not gonna work. Your ministry is gonna be ineffective. You gotta collect the Pain Infinity Stone, bruh. I'm telling you, that's how your ministry is gonna hit, bruh. Your ministry don't hit till you collect them Pain Infinity Stone. But let me look at my notes real quick. Yes, it really feels like you're experiencing what it feels like to walk in different people's shoes for a while. How you gonna tell them how to get through things you ain't never been through? You gotta collect that Pain Infinity loadout. Man, I'm gonna be real with you. My Pain Infinity Stones, my Pain loadout is maxed, it's full, bruh. I've been through so many walks of life. Man, I done suffered so much. I done been through the suffering and the pain. I got the Pain Infinity Stone, bro. That's why my ministry is strong, bro. My ministry has the anointing of God on it. My ministry has the favor of God on it. Because I done collected the Infinity Stones of pain and suffering. These people talking about God. These people ain't even collected the Pain Infinity Stone. What God you talking about? These people ain't talking about God for real. You ain't collected the Pain Infinity Stone. You ain't collected enough pain. You ain't collected enough suffering and trauma and nightmares. You ain't collected the nightmare loadout. Where's your nightmare loadout? Where's your pain loadout? You got zero pain loadout, zero trauma loadout, trying to talk about God. Man, you ain't, it's not effective. It is not going to become effective until you collect this loadout. Till you go through all types of situations, walk in all types of different scenarios and shoes. And God brings you through all this stuff. That's when your ministry really start to become more effective, fully effective. My ministry is razor sharp. Some people, bro, when they go on my website, they be like, bro, is bro reading our minds, bro? Like, he knows what to talk about. He talking about it like he been through it. Yes, because I've been through it. I'm not talking from fantasy and fairy tale. I'm talking about stuff I lived through. That's why my ministry is so effective. That's why it has an impact on people's heart, because I felt these things, all of them. Now, sometimes God will allow you to go through a certain thing and it feel like you're about to fall, then he deliver you from it. But you gotta feel the process. Bro, it's not fun. Know what I'm saying? But that's pretty much everything I wanted to talk about, man. Peace.